welcome to Getting to Know You. This is a special one, a first for us. We have gone off-site and are talking to people who have nothing to do with Stonebridge. They're not staff or residents, but they help us a lot. Welcome to the Montgomery Emergency Services building and meet their staff. And that includes Bev and Tony Glockler, who have been with the staff, with the team for 40 years. So meet us inside and we'll be talking to some of the wonderful people that work here and make it happen. Well, now we're inside the EMS building. This is the headquarters. There are trucks behind us, I understand, and I'm now talking to two people who make it happen. There are only two of what I learned, 81 people who were on the squad. Is that right? And sitting next to me is Ron Gershel, who is the captain. And I'm going to ask him some questions, and he doesn't even know what they are, and I'm going to find out from him for the first time. Ron, how did you get involved?
How did I get involved? You know, my family was doing this before I started, and I graduated college, and I was looking for something to do in between graduating and getting a job, and I picked up riding with the squad, and I caught the bug, is what they say, and ever since then I've been riding.
And so how long have you been doing this?
This will be 5 years in May.
Wow. So now your title is captain. What does it mean to be the captain?
It means to, you know, work with a really great, excellent group of people, and, you know, handle our operations, making sure that anytime someone calls 911, there's an ambulance that's on the road. I can't take credit for what's done around here though, because it's really, you know, every member on the squad that makes it happen. So I really just try to handle any issues that there may be, and make sure that day to day for every call that comes in, we have a crew that goes out. And then,
so there's scheduling and organization involved in that.
Yeah, there's scheduling involved. You know, we have to make sure we have the people to do it. We have to make sure we have the vehicles that are in good shape to do it. We have to make sure that, you know, we're communicating with our police, with the county that does our dispatching. So, you know, it's a lot of coordinating with lots of different people, with the fire departments, but most importantly with the people within the organization, making sure that everyone has what they need, training,
I was going to ask you if you get involved in that.
Yeah.
So if the phone rings here, if the phone rang right now, what would happen?
So when you call 911 in this area, actually with the way the modern technology works, is your phone actually plots to a place on a map, and based on where you are, you get brought to a dispatch center.
Right.
So in Montgomery, if you call 911, it goes to a dispatch center that's located in Somerville, and they ask you a series of questions. They decide what kind of services you need, and if it's determined that you need EMS services, we have pagers, and the dispatchers in Somerville will page us, and that's really when the ball starts rolling. And
the people that will be going out are already here.
So some of the people are already here. We have several first responder vehicles. Those will go individually, and then the ambulance is definitely here. So the driver is normally here. He'll come pick up the ambulance, and then go from there. But
you're not the driver today.
I am not the driver today. No, no. We have a group of probably 15 to 20 drivers. Some people do many shifts a week.
Right.
You know, some people do 60 hours a week, and some do 6. You know, that's the beauty of the organization.
Well, you might know that I'm asking you about drivers, because if there's one thing that we know at Stonebridge is that Bev and Tony Glockler were here on the squad for many years, and that Tony was a driver. I don't know if people ever knew what that was, but it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Actually, Tony was, you know, we still talk about him today, because he's still a core part of our training process. And he trained my mother to drive. and we're thankful for him for the, you know, every day. And yeah, I mean, the Glocklers are a huge part of the organization.
Right. Well, I'm going to turn to Carol Raymond, who is it the president? Did I get that right, the title?
Yes.
And that's sort of the organization president. There are a lot of other things that need to happen, and I'm going to bring it up right away. One of them is raising money. Can you tell us how the EMS squad is set up financially?
Well, actually, the fundraising is completed by she's also the secretary, Diane Kniff, who you'll be speaking with later. She's in the room. She runs a fabulous campaign. She sends out brochures to, you know, every resident in Montgomery asking for a donation. She also puts up on our Facebook page. There's a place that you could donate. Everywhere we go, we hand out our brochures and we, you know, tell people what we do, and just hoping for, you know, any donation. It all adds up. So we are grateful for any amount.
But I know you're raising money, but aren't you supported by either the town or the county? I mean, this is a big, expensive service.
So we are 100% volunteer, and we are donation based, which means that we do not take any taxpayer dollars. So if you were to look at your tax bill, you don't see anything under EMS.
Okay.
So we raise everything ourselves, and we do not take any help from the tax base of your taxes.
So you are a nonprofit, so if people donate to you, they can deduct it from their taxes as a nonprofit contribution?
That's correct.
Good, so we have to get that word out.
Yes.
I know, again, to bring the Glocklers into this, that sometimes there's stacks of envelopes near our mailbox because Bev has been at work, I guess, raising money for you.
Bev is, you know, Bev and Tony are core to us, and, you know, we appreciate everything they do for us. They work so hard, it's unbelievable. I think that's what keeps them so young, that they just keep moving. But they're always out pushing for us, trying to get us members, trying to get us donations, and we appreciate everything they do for us.
So even though you're the president, I learned that everybody in the organization still jumps on the truck. Is that what you call it, the truck, or the
Yeah,
As a truck.
The
Okay.
truck, the rig,
Yeah,
you know,
and
the bus.
that you're out taking care of people, as we think of EMS, and just like anybody else, is that right?
Yes. Like Ron, I drive, and I'm also an EMT. This way, you know, like he said, that if, like right now, if the tones went off and the duty crew was out, Ron and I could go on a call because one of us could drive the ambulance as well as, you know, help the person in need.
Right, that's great. Well, you both know how important it is to have new people keep joining you and inspiring people to take on this big public responsibility. So I'm going to ask you to get up from the table and bring over some of the newer people who have agreed to talk to me. Hello, hi Elaine.
Hi.
It's good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
And so you're sort of new at this, right?
Yes, I am.
Can you tell us your story here, but how did you get started?
So I actually got introduced to EMS because my dad is also part of the squad. So when I was younger, I would see him ride and everything and see the process he went through. And I was interested in it from that. So I decided to put in an application, and I went through all the training and everything, and now I'm here.
Great. And what kind of a shift do you work? What do you do when you're not doing this?
I actually am still in high school, so I go to school, and my shift is actually on the weekends, so I don't really, it doesn't clash with school or anything.
Good. Yeah, you have time to relax to
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, okay. Well, now, who's your colleague over here?
Hi, my name is Manan, and so for us, it takes about 210 hours of our life to train, and even after that, we have to run some practices, drills, and also go out with more experienced people of our colleagues to understand. And I've been doing this about 3 years. I started when I was in high school. I'm in college now, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Are you thinking of a career in medical?
Actually, I am. So I'm in college. I'm studying to go into med school, and that whole interest started when I joined EMS because I realized, I actually like doing this. I like helping people.
Right. That's really great. Elaine, you're still making up your mind about what to do, right?
Yes, I am.
Well, maybe you could even, say that you have a lot of administrative experience, even if you're not going into the medical world. Does each of you have a sort of a memory of something that was really hard to learn and you managed to do it? I can't imagine what the training is about, so some of it must be tough. Do you have anything that was particularly hard to learn?
I think in class, for me, it was usually just memorizing like the order of things you have to go through, and applying that to the real world. There isn't really like a set order, so I think it's just adapting like everything they taught you in the textbook to how to apply it like on an actual call.
Amazing. How about you?
I would say it's the same sort of situation, and we also have to learn a lot of medicines and be able to understand what people are going through. Like, we need to learn a lot of illnesses, diseases, and also a lot of parts about the body. So being able to retain that information for a long period of time becomes difficult.
That really seems like a lot, that there's a lot to be learned in order to do this. And I guess there's the other part, I think of what my relationship with EMS people is that they're so cool and calm, that they're really great to deal with because they're not panicked, like either a patient might be or the patient's husband or wife or something. Do you find that you have to think about being cool and calm?
At the beginning it was rough, but everything comes with practice. So the more I practice, the more cool I become, the more collected I become, and the more I practice, it's easier for me to be better as an EMT.
Right. Do you find that too?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's important to stay calm because then it can also help the patient stay calm, which is important. And I feel like if you're calmer, you also remember like everything what to do, and your thought process is much clearer. So.
Well, thank you. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for being willing to talk to us. We're going to have one more commercial for the organization. So you also, like everyone else here, are part of the 81 that has to jump on the truck from time to time.
I am. That is correct. Yes.
So since we're having your 50th anniversary, is that an even bigger year for fundraising? How are you thinking about that?
It is. So Montgomery EMS runs 24/7, 365 days a year. We get no donations from, as Carol had said, nothing from the state, nothing from the town. So it's 100% donations from the people that live in town. We do a yearly campaign where we send out our mailings, and the town has been very supportive. There's been a lot of challenges for us the last 2 years, specifically with COVID. We've spent our budget on PPE and protecting the squad as well as all of our members, all of the patients that we go out to see. So it's been a huge increase in what we needed money-wise for that. It's our 50th anniversary. We'd like to, we have a few things that we're thinking of doing this year, and it's in the planning stages right now, but we will be doing a golf outing, and we're looking for golfers. And we're looking for sponsors. So anyone who is interested in joining us, the event will be in June, although we haven't had the exact date put down yet. And we're looking forward to that. And we're really hoping the community can come behind us, get behind us, and really help us move this forward. It's our first annual, so it's kind of exciting for us.
Well, that's great, Diane. We'll hope we can get the word out, and we'll be looking forward to seeing the sign on the front of the building, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There's a lot that goes into a 50th anniversary, and we're doing our best. Again, all of us that ride also do jobs within the organization and have jobs outside the organization. So we're all doing our best to keep the town safe.
Well, this is great sitting here and meeting all of these people, and I think we're even going to get a picture, a picture of the truck, because as you know, they come often to Stonebridge.
They do.
But they're in and out, and we're really very grateful for the service that we have at Stonebridge. I think when the truck comes in, you're always a little frightened because you think it's an emergency, and it really is.
Yes, it
But
is.
so many of those emergencies end up much better because you're there coming to our place. So thank you very, very much.
It is our pleasure to help out.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, I think, Jock, we had planned to take a look at a truck. So we'll end the interviews and take a couple of shots around here and let people see what this place looks like. and as you can see, we're standing in the back of the truck, and you're seeing all of the equipment that our EMS people were telling us about. It looks very safe and very official. And we're now going to close the doors so you see the sign and you remember that it's the Montgomery EMS, and we'll have a picture of the team that we were talking to, and then we're going to have a cheer for Bev and Tony Walker, okay?